Welcome to another episode of Cooking with Katie, brought to you by Outdoor Staycations. This is the middle of the summer, and in the middle of the summer, what happens? You were invited to parties and picnics and all sorts of events, and of course, you always said bring something with you. Well, after many years of really struggling over, well, we can bring hot dogs and beans, but everybody's got them already. We can bring potato salad, but that takes refrigeration. We have to worry about ice. We have to worry about products going bad. One of the items I discovered when I was working at a restaurant was a picnic party pasta salad. Now, the advantages of this picnic party pasta salad is the fact that it is rotini pasta. You'll see it has tomatoes, onions, peppers, cranberries, cheese, raisins, optional black olives, and it is a wholesome salad. Always one of the first salads to go because it is pretty much as vegan as you're going to get outside of the cheese. Most everyone really enjoys this type of salad. So right now I have the water boiling over in the corner, and while you're taking a look at the ingredients on the panels, I'm going to go and throw my rotini in the pot. Now, I suspect that's going to boil over any minute, so I'll probably have to get up again. We'll start with the first ingredient, which is the garden rotini. It's spinach, I believe tomato powder. Great Value has the garden rotini. They do sell it for $1. The only other product out there that I've seen is Muller's. I have nothing wrong with Muller's, but just be aware that it is in a 12-ounce box, not a pound box. Might not matter, depends on how big of a salad you want to make. So right now the garden rotini is cooking in the pot, and until that boils, we're going to discuss the ingredients. One of the main ingredients is the tomatoes. You see I have cherubs here. These are a salad tomatoes. These are not a cherry tomato. One of the reasons why is the grape tomatoes or the salad tomatoes are meatier. A cherry tomato has a lot of juice in it, and you really don't want that. These will be a meaty tomato, so I always pick either a cherub or a grape. Peppers, I'm only going to be using half of these. I'm saving them. I'm having sausage and peppers tonight. I do like the decorative colors of it. You can use green if you want, save a few bucks, but I like the color scheme that goes in with the pasta. The onion. Now, the only onions I use for these type of salads are either sweet Bermuda onions, a sweet onion, or again, I like the red onion. It's a nice, solid onion when you start cutting it, and it doesn't have that eye-burning sensation that comes with most yellow onions. So I suggest not using a yellow onion, using a sweet Bermuda or a red onion. Cheese. Now, I'm going to put 8 ounces of cheese in this particular salad. You can do the easy method and decide to mix in 8 ounces of shredded cheese in the bag. I don't like using the shredded. If you notice, one of the ingredients, actually the last ingredient in shredded cheese, it's cellulose added to prevent caking. Cellulose, it's paper. So I'll use regular cheese that does not have cellulose in it. I'll flavor it up towards the end with some cranberries, some raisins, optional black olives. I throw them again in for the color. I don't even like olives, but they look good. And lastly is the balsamic vinaigrette. I do use Ken's. It's not as vinegary as many of the other brands out there. I suggest Ken's, outside of the fact that I don't receive anything from this. It's just a good product. I also really do like the raspberry vinaigrette. I tried it one time, but it turned all the cheese red, and it did not look good at all. So I would stick with the balsamic vinaigrette and do not take the raspberry. Okay, now that I got my knives, we can get started in this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut up the onion in itself. Again, what I do is I usually cut the top off the onion. I got my garbage right below me. I score along the bottom like this. Once up the side, and I peel off the top layer of the onion Let's hope this goes with me today and doesn't fight me the whole length of the way. And I'm going to peel off the top layer, drop it right into the garbage below me. This is a nice tight onion today, which means it's closer to fresher. And as you see, it has a nice color to it. I'm going to start slicing it thin. I do have a larger knife I use for this one. It's really a steak knife. I'm only using half this onion. I bought a bigger one because, like I said, I'm having sausage, peppers, and onions sandwiches tonight. So I'm only using half this particular onion. I'm going to cut it up finely. As you can see, it's just again, it's for color scheming. A lot of people don't like onions. It'll often just settle to the bottom, and then people can pick off what they don't like. Save some of the bigger pieces that just don't cut up too well. I'm just throwing off to the side. Okay, that's my onions. I'm just going to push them into the back corner of the plate. Next thing I'm going to grab is my pepper. Again, like I said, I'm only using half of each pepper. I decided to save myself some money, and I bought my supper tonight as part of it. But if you're just buying it for this, you can just, 2 peppers is more than enough. And you can go with the green ones, like I said. I'm not quite sure. I'd like to go out to the fields. These are from Mexico, and find out how they make, how the fields look with all these different colored peppers. I like them. They're cool. Okay. Be back in a sec. I want to wash these off. They are a vegetable. Usually vegetables are coated in a wax coating before they're shipped to the stores, and this allows them to keep the coloring. So let me go wash them. Okay, back nice and clean. I did get a plate here for the onions as I finish them up. This way they'll be added to the salad a little easier, and I won't be picking them all off the floor later on. So again, peppers. Again, you're going to cube them. Not too small, but not too large. The pepper themselves, they should get a taste of a pepper. They should know that they're eating a piece of pepper. So I'm not going as small as the onion. I've never seen yet where anybody's actually returned or been upset because of peppers. These are nice and fresh. I could smell them. And you can hear how crisp they are. I'm quite pleased. Sometimes you get peppers and they're soft, squishy. They don't have that aroma. Again, these I got lucky, I guess. These are very, very tasty looking. And here comes the yellow ones. Again, cubing them. Not too big, not too small. The yellow's in there. And here comes the orange. Now I try to take the white off. The white off is supposed to be a bitter part of the pepper. As you see, I just shaved those 2 sections of the membrane. Considered not the best part of a pepper and can actually distract from the taste. Again, cut off as large or as small as you see fit. Okay, and there goes the peppers. Next, cheese. Just going to flip the board over. Now the cheese themselves, I'm going to cube it, pretty much like everything else. And again, you can use the shredded if you want. Again, I just don't. Again, I'm using cheddar jack. Sometimes I use cheddar jack Montgomery. And I'm trying to get this into a decent cube. You're going to find after you do it this way, you're going to have to take some time and separate them because they're going to be kind of clumpish together. But again, it's your choice. I've done them both ways, and both ways are totally acceptable. Again, then you just got to figure out what flavor of cheese you want. And if you like more cheese, just get a pound block. It's as easy as that. Okay, so I'm doing is this. I'm actually going to cut it down once, down the middle, to make the blocks a little bit smaller. And again, when you're making the salad, you're going to have to take these blocks and break them down like this. Oh, that one I got to cut first. You're going to break them down like that so they get separated into the salad a little better. Once down the middle. Try and get your knife back. Into the bowl. Probably find you have to do a little more separating once you start mixing the salad. Okay, there we go. Lastly, the cherry tomatoes, or in this case, the grape tomatoes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to slice these just in half, the long way. And if you notice, they're very beefy on the inside. They're not going to be to the extent of getting juicy on your salad. And you notice so far this salad is extremely dry salad, so you're not going to get a lot of the juices at the bottom, which you really don't want. Now I did wash these off ahead of time with the peppers, just as a thought on that. And you're going to keep going till you get all of them done. If the salad seems larger, you like, I often buy separate two packages, but I'm trying to keep this within my budget. This did cost $12.50 to make this salad, which is a steal considering you're going to be giving it away at a picnic. The only thing I discounted is that you're going to see I'm going to put in raisins and cranberries later. I'm only using a 1/4 cup of each. So at that point, I didn't put in the entire cost of the entire package. We're going to use it for snacks and lunches. And so in the cost, I only did whatever the proportion is, a 1/4 cup of whatever. The pasta is about done. I'm going to go over and get it. Now, the important thing is when you do this pasta is that it can't be warm when you make the salad. You can have one of two choices. I'm going to run a lot of cold water on it until it gets chilled down. I've often just thrown it in the freezer for half an hour to get it cool. What'll happen if we put the cheese in and the pasta is warm, it will disform the pasta. It'll start making the pasta look roundish and clumpyish instead of nice and square blocks. So I'm going to drain, I'm going to pause it, I'm going to drain it because I have to go over into the kitchen, and I shall be back after it's drained and well cooled. And again, if you want, you can throw it in the freezer, throw it in the fridge. I'm just going to run a lot of cold water on it. Okay, back we are. I'm going to use a large mixing bowl. You can see the pasta. Again, like I said, the Great Value or Walmart has a pound. If you like the Mullers, it's only 12 ounces. So what I usually do is I'll buy 2 of them. I'll put half of them away. I have a bag on the other side from the last time I've done this. and again, makes it about 20 ounces. So if you want a little more, buy 2 of the mullers and put half of one box away for the next time. And when you're cooking this, I immediately chilled it off like I suggested a minute ago, but it also removes the starch. You just have to make sure it's well drained because of all the grooves in it will catch water. So here we are. We're going to mix in all this good stuff that we just did a minute ago. Again, we're just going to dig from the bottom and move to the top. Dig from the bottom. You don't want to squeeze the pasta, tear the pasta at this point. All you're trying to do is get it mixed up. And again, like I said, you're probably going to have to break some of these cheese clumps up at this point. Nobody ever complains about getting too much cheese though. And it's going to look like that. That's a nice salad at this point. Okay. Olives. Sliced olives. I just use a small can. I think this is 2.25 ounces. Scoop from the bottom again. Again, it's for color. Many people just eat around it and leave it in the bowl. Okay. This is my salad bowl that I usually bring with me. Now, I do suggest if you're going to a party that you're not, let's say, encouraged about going, I'll often bring this in an aluminum tray, saran wrap on top, go to the dollar store, buy a dollar scoop, not a spatula, the saucer spoon, the large plastic ones, and leave it. You don't have to worry. You can sneak out. You don't have to worry about getting your bowl back. So here we go with our salad. As you can see, even at this, I have plenty left over because this is going to be my lunch. It's one of the exciting things about making this is the fact that you get to keep some. So here we go. Again, it's a nice bowl, nice color as you can see here, very festive. Top, I'm going to put my cranberries, and I might have said a 1/4 cup. I really meant a 1/2 cup. And again, you can add more if you want. I usually don't mix this in because it not only looks festive on the top, but it, as they use it, it'll start working its way down into the bottom. So again, here we go. That's a very festive dish. Ran about $12.50, and there'll be a picture at the end of it that'll show you what it is, and a bowl. I'll put some in a bowl. Cover on it. Off you go. Took, I think, 18 minutes, but I talked for a good 4 or 5, maybe 6 about the different ingredients. And there you go. This is Hughes from Outdoor Staycations. Katie, the koala, on our picnic/party pasta salad. Bring it with me. I guarantee you won't bring any home. People will love it. And like us, subscribe, and look forward to Katie's next Cooking with Katie video. As promised, there's Katie enjoying her salad. This is the one ready to go. The Ken salad dressing we almost always just put on just before we arrive, or actually when we set it out on the table. It's your choice. Your other method of doing it is just leaving the salad dressing next to the salad, but we find we just throw it on. We leave it dry until we get to the picnic, then put maybe 1/2 bottle, 1/4 bottle on it, and then set it next to it. For those that want it light, they're fine. For those that want it heavier, they're also fine. Again, Hughes for Outdoor Staycations. Have a good picnic, have a good party, and remember to bring the pasta salad.